Well, the sedative at the center of the lawsuit has previously been used in other executions out of state, including some that have been botched. But as Karen Castro explains, Dozier's execution could set a precedent.
This appears to be the first time a drug company is suing a state for attempting to use their product in an execution, although the sedative Midazolam has been used more than 30 other times to carry out a death sentence. Midazolam is one of 3 drugs that make up the cocktail in the execution plan for death row inmate Scott Dozier. It's the first time any state is using this combination of drugs and the first time Nevada is using the sedative Midazolam.
The sedative that had traditionally been used, sodium thiopental, was taken off the market. Since then, states have been looking for other drugs, and many of them settled on a drug called Midazolam.
Robert Dunham is the executive director of the nonprofit Death Penalty Information Center. He says the organization does not take a position on capital punishment, but they are critical of the way in which it's administered.
Midazolam is supposed to render the prisoner unconscious and keep them unconscious while the paralytic agent and the killing drug do their work.
Out of the 30-plus executions where Midazolam is believed to have been used, Dunham says at least 4 have been botched, including in Ohio, Oklahoma, Alabama, and Arizona.
Which is perfectly good for medical purposes, but it's never used in medical procedures that involve pain because it can put you out, it can make you unconscious, but it doesn't reliably keep you unconscious if you are exposed to painful stimulus.
It's unclear if the drug was solely to blame for the botched executions, but in the Arizona case, the state decided to stop using Midazolam after a 2014 execution.
The example in Arizona was that Joseph Wood was observed gasping and described as flopping about like a fish for almost 2 hours.
He says Arkansas and Virginia have also had complications using the sedative in combination with other drugs. The controversial use of Midazolam made it all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court. A 2015 ruling allowed states to continue using the sedative in lethal injections, saying it was not a constitutional violation of cruel and unusual punishment. In the newsroom, Karen Castro, 8 News Now.
Well, Nevada has had issues buying the drugs for Dozier's execution. In fact, the state will be the first to use the opioid fentanyl and the paralytic cisatricurium.